It is Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week. And right now, this week, the Lord's Place is bringing the conversation to the breakfast table. They want you to be a part of it. That's happening on Thursday. And I have two guests who want to promote this cause. We have Diana Stanley, the CEO of the Lord's Place, which has doubled its services, and to Marsha Shelton, a Lord's Place volunteer. Hi, Diana and to Marsha. How are you two?
We are great. Good morning, Arthur. How are you?
I'm doing great. And I know our viewers are doing great too, because yesterday I did a story to preview the importance of this breakfast, and I want to show you what it looked like. Let's take a look.
I was walking, but I was writing at the same time, if that makes sense.
You can call Teresa Michelle a creator. Teresa Michelle has juggled being a mom, business professional, and singer, putting out her first music video in 2017.
Used to live in a 5-bedroom house with a pool on the lake, and just dramatic stuff happened down the course of my life, and it put me on the other end of the spectrum.
First, she had a stroke, and then in December 2020, she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer.
Abilities removed from me.
While in rehabilitation, she wrote a book about her journey.
And I think it'll help you get from the place you are to a different place.
A new author, still in recovery, facing obstacles.
To move into a place, you have to have an income.
She went to the Lord's Place seeking housing, like so many facing life-altering transitions amid the pandemic.
The yous and me's of the world, the people who've fallen on rough times because of the pandemic, because of job loss, because of health concerns.
Which is why on Thursday, November 18th, the public is invited to join the Lord's Place for its 14th annual Ending Homelessness Breakfast at 8:30 a.m. The virtual event will provide a portrait of the paradox and will feature firsthand accounts with the goal of raising $250,000 to support Lord's Place mission.
So we encourage companies, adults, children, schools, colleges, everyone to be able to attend and watch.
Ultimately, helping people like Teresa Michelle, who's now working toward her business administration degree at Palm Beach State with a new testimony.
I do want to transform lives. That's what I want to do.
You can find the link to attend the breakfast on our website. This year's theme is Clearing the Way.
Transformative.
Arthur Mondale, WPTV News Channel 5. I mean, wow. Won't he do it? Transforming my life and our viewers' lives. That was huge, Diana.
Yeah,
I mean, when you hear a story like that, I mean, you're seeing it every day. The last time I did a story on the Lord's Place, we spoke about the number of homeless that are actually in Palm Beach County. Whereas the county will say the point in time count says it's 1,400. Your agency was saying that you're dealing with 5 new families a week. So that number much greater than what it is. But then you also have the Teresa Michelles, you know, singer, business professional,
right,
but then has a health scare, a stroke, ovarian cancer, and then she's seeking services as well. What do you want to say about what we're facing right now in Palm Beach County today?
Yeah. You know, I think Arthur, when you really look, Teresa really does demonstrate that the face of homelessness continues to change, right? We are starting to look at so many new people that are coming through our doors that have fallen on hard times, people that are experiencing homelessness for the first time ever. And that's really scary. I mean, you think about it, if you're not familiar with the homeless system, trying to navigate that system can be very difficult. So we are just really blessed that we are here to help people, whether they are struggling with chronic homelessness, which is still one of our favorite subpopulations of the homeless world, or those that have been out on the street for years and years and years, and we love to love on them. Those are the ones that we don't want to turn our eyes away from, and we want to continue to encourage them to leave the streets. And then the Teresas of the world that walk into our world after volunteering at the Lord's Place during her heydays, and now here she is needing services. So we're just we're really blessed that we can serve anybody that is experiencing homelessness, and we can do that because of the resources that we get from this community. And that's why this breakfast is so important, because we have a goal. We need to raise that money so that we can continue to provide these services.
Okay, so the goal is $250,000. The name of the breakfast is the 14th annual Ending Homelessness Breakfast. To our viewers who are asking questions like, how does hunger and homelessness correlate? You probably hear that a lot. How does it?
Well, first of all, we all know that someone who's experiencing homelessness is oftentimes also hungry. We know that. And we also know that people that are hungry sometimes are experiencing homelessness. So there is this natural hybrid between the two. I think for us, the ultimate goal is understanding that anybody who is hungry and anybody that is homeless deserves the attention and the resources of this community to take those barriers away. And that's what clearing the way is really all about, this breakfast. You know, I'm going to tell your viewers, if there's one virtual event you should watch this year for 1 hour, I think it's actually 45 minutes, it should be this breakfast. Go grab a cup of coffee Thursday morning, sit down at 8:30 with, sit down with people you love or by yourself and tune in. I have been told over and over again, after 14 years of doing this, this is the event that inspires you and gets your heart prepared for the holiday season coming up. It's an opportunity to show gratitude, but it's really about learning about the transformation of lives that happen at the Lord's Place. So it's an amazing event that we want people to participate.
Okay, so how should they do this? For example, I'll post the link again, but they go to that link and they log on at 8.
They just log on. It's on Facebook. They can log on. It's very easy to get to. 8:30 in the morning. Go grab a cup of coffee, as I said, and just join us. And it's not about the event as much as you're going to hear stories like Teresa and stories like Marsha, who's with me right now, who could tell her story. The Lord's Place, we are an agency that is full of storytellers, right? We cannot do this work unless you can understand the stories. And we truly believe, Arthur, everybody has a story. And when you hear someone's story, you see homelessness very different. And that's what we're all about.
So, Marsha, are you ready to share your story? How did you meet Diana from the Lord's Place?
Basically, through homelessness person. They contacted me, actually. I was incarcerated at the time. So they brought the blessing to me. So, and I'm eternally grateful. I've come a long way with them. And my story is my story, and me sharing it helps me. So that's how I met Miss Diana Stanley.
Okay, and let me understand this. Before we get into that great smile you got, because I'm seeing those teeth, those pearly whites, let's go back. How did you team up with the thrift store, Joshua Thrift? That's an apprenticeship program. That's one of the great programs that they offer at the Lord's Place. You get credentialed, and they prepare you for the retail world and corporate America. Tell us about how you got into that program, ma'am.
I was at Holly Place, and I went through one of their programs, like you said, Job Ready, and they gave me the opportunity to get to the Lord's Place, and the Lord's Place is a big help, and it's actually helped me to where I am today, which is a manager now. So I've learned a lot, and it's just, I can't explain, Lord's Place as a whole, the one word for me is hope. With hope. You can go a long way.
The hope, but that's just one program. There's multiple programs. You have the deli, you have the cafe, but then you have a reentry service. So the way that worked, Marsha, you signed up for the reentry service.
Yes,
in what year? In what year was that?
17.
Okay, in
2017. Yes,
and explain to them how this is not just about checking off a box. Oh, we got another body in here. We got to get them to work. They support you. Wraparound service.
Yes, sir. 100% support. Without that support, I felt like I would have been stuck. With that support, I had the hope to move forward. I had the hope to face the challenges that life throws at you today. That hope is the word for me, for TLP. The end of homelessness breakfast.
And Diana, how many people would you say you support through these wraparound reentry services, the certifications, with the culinary program, and with the retail thrift? How many people you think you do a year?
Yeah, so we are so blessed that we can impact about 1,700 people a year in some form of capacity. I mean, it's really been amazing.
Wow.
Many of your viewers may have remembered the Lord's Place 40 years ago. We've been in this community 40 years. We were kind of a small little soup kitchen, kind of getting into the homeless world. And today we are so blessed. We have continued to expand our services. We're a $14 million agency, 140 employees, 19 different locations throughout Palm Beach County, but we've never lost the culture, which is that is, we continue to love on people at the time when they are at the lowest point, right? When there is such a dark side to their life, we are here to bring that light to them. And that's what we try to do with our Marshas of the world. When there's no hope, our job is to prove differently and to allow our clients to know that there is hope. And so we, hypothetically, we are clearing the way, right? So many of our clients come to us with these odors, these barriers that they're so afraid that they can't remove because their life's been so difficult. But we're here to tell them, right, to Marsha, that you can remove them and that we empower them to do that. And because of that, they're able to rebuild their lives like we see with Marsha, and they have a better and a brighter tomorrow. And that's really the work of the Lord.
Have you noticed barriers change amid COVID, and how so? Are you seeing more Marshas?
Yeah, that's a great question. I continue to think that we are going to see more and more of what we call the shadow of the pandemic moving forward. And we are seeing with Marsha and Teresa's, we are really seeing people who are starting to experience homelessness for the first time ever. We know, I don't need to tell everybody that the mental illness that's happened because of being isolated in the pandemic, that's starting to become more evident in our clients. And so, yes, the face of homelessness is changing. And every couple of years, I've been doing this work for many, many years. And every couple of years, we start seeing the profile change. And there's no question that the pandemic is going to change that profile again. What I can tell you is that no matter what that profile is, as it's been for 40 years at the Lord's Place, we're going to meet that need. We have always been an agency to serve the unmet needs of this community. And so we rally if we think there's a new profile that needs to be served. We're going to get our team ready to rock and roll. Part of what we really need to be prepared for, Arthur, is doing more outreach. We know that once somebody is experiencing homelessness and they're living in the car, the longer they stay on the streets, the harder it is for them to get off the streets. And so we really started to spend some energy and resources on expanding our street engagement team. And that really is the cornerstone of the work that we do.
Expanding the street engagement teams amid COVID, and at the same time, amid the services that you actually had before. I mean, when I look at the way you operate, you're a major homeless prevention program that provides street outreach, emergency shelter, financial and utilities assistance, and a rapid rehousing placement to families and individuals in crisis. Right now, you're estimating that how many people, because I told you the point in time count is going to say 1,400 to 1,500. But how many do you think it's really double that?
Yeah. Well, in fairness, the point in time count happened a long time ago. So, I mean, I think the new point in time count that's going to come up, Arthur, we're going to see a different number. I think we're closer to 2,500 to 3,000. I think, and I think it's a dynamic number. It changes, right? It's constantly changing. Here's the issue. The question for us is this: if one person is out on the street, to me, that's one too many. And so sometimes we get caught up in that number when in essence, we need to really be talking about what are we doing to change that life? And so resources are really the key here. And I want to go back and explain that what I had said earlier. The longer someone stays on the street, Arthur, the harder it's going to be for them to leave the street. And so it's really our responsibility as a community to, if somebody is experiencing homelessness for the first time, we need to get to them and we need to love on them and we need to give them the resources they need and the tools they need to end that homelessness quicker than not, because the last thing we want is for them to be on the streets for weeks and then months and then possibly years.
And you really are setting the bar. Lahia mentioned you all. So tonight, if you don't understand the impact that the pandemic is having, or just the uncertainty of life is having in Florida, just watch my story happening tonight at 11 o'clock. So we've got the Treasure Coast. Now, that's Martin County specifically. That point in time count, according to their human services, was 266.
Okay.
But then you speak to Lahia, and they're saying, our database is showing between 700 to 2,030. Those are unaccounted for, untracked, transient folks. Homeless. And I mean, it's going to blow your mind because a lot of these people actually work. 50% of this term called the working homeless.
Right.
And then that's one of the directors was saying, we got to get out of our brain that a homeless person's a vagabond, a drunk, someone who doesn't want something better for themselves, someone who doesn't even have a job. We met one person who's 40 hours a week, but due to the cost of living, housing, homeless, the working homeless. Can you talk about how many of them do you see in Palm Beach County?
Yeah. We see a lot of that. And, that's really an important piece. We use the term homeless. One of the new terms that's starting to emerge is unhoused. I think that's a really important term that we're starting to see in our industry. But yes, oh my goodness, we are seeing so many people who are working, oh my gosh, 40 hours a week and still living in their car. I mean, I don't need to tell your viewers and you that the cost of living in Palm Beach County continues to rise and rise and rise. I mean, for example, if somebody has Social Security, Arthur, they make $795 a month. Where can you live in Palm Beach County on a SSDI, Social Security Disability Income, for that amount of money and find housing? So oftentimes it is those folks that are still living out on the streets. Many of them are still working. We had a gentleman we just served recently that has been working at Taco Bell for probably the last year, goes in every morning. They didn't know he was homeless, and he would get cleaned up in their bathroom and go and report because he had been living in his car all night. So yep. I think we have to be really sensitive as a community to look at new solutions. And clearly the biggest solution, I don't need to say this over and over again, is housing. We need more housing, and we need affordable housing, and we need to stop talking about it, and we need to start creating it.
Yes. Which means we got to get the policymakers involved, and then we've got to get the builders and the developers Amen. Involved. So therefore, Amen. If you are able to offer it, then you need to do so. Today, this week, we also need to look at this breakfast coming up. How can people make the contribution to you? Because you don't want people just getting on just that spectator. Yeah. We're not talking about zoo animals here. Yeah. Something just to look at. Yeah. There needs to be action.
So they are welcome to go onto our website at thelordsplace.org and make a donation. And, one of the most fascinating parts about the Lord's Place is that, we all gifts, large and small, equal the money that we need to do our resources. So when we get a $20 gift from a child who's collected their allowance for the last couple months and they want to give it to someone, that is as endearing as somebody that's going to write out a check for $1,000. So I really love the work at the Lord's Place when I look at the donors who just come from a variety of walks of life. But there's this common denominator, right? That if we come together as a community, we can find solutions to homelessness. And that's really what this breakfast is all about. So we have a big goal. This community has never let us down before. And so I am totally confident, and I'm walking on faith that we're going to reach that $250,000 goal, and we will continue to do the services that we do so well in Palm Beach.
And you will also be inspired. Ann Noble told me these are going to be stories that, Arthur, you've never heard before. Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. She goes, no, they are. Marsha, what do you want to say about this? Are we going to be inspired when we log on Thursday?
Yes, you are. And one thing I do want to say, and I just want to thank all the donors that are participating, and I want to thank the donors that will participate in the future, because once you see this documentary and the work that the Lord's Place does do, you will be willing to volunteer and donate whatever you can. Like Diane said, $20 is worth more than $1,000. And I mean that from the heart. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I agree.
Is this also the time for people who may seek these services to put their pride aside? To Marsha, for you to come on here and share your story, I'm also going to show that link to the public, that y'all made. Exceptional video. You challenge, my skills. You have to be open and willing to come forward, though.
Yes, and that's more so for myself than for the audience. Because with that, it gives me the hope and the strength to push forward. That's more so for myself than anything. And like I said, the donors played a huge part in that, because without the donors, the Lord's Place wouldn't exist. So I'm very grateful for that. And I have no problem with sharing my story whenever it's possible.
And Marsha is just a great example. Marsha is just a great example of why we do the work we do. We are, and you will cry when you watch this breakfast too. And first time I saw Marsha's video, I cried. After all these years, I still cry. So it's because of people like Marsha that continues to inspire us every single day. So we do this in honor of the Marshas of the world. So thank you to Marsha for sharing your story with us. Love that. Love that.
And any final words to Marsha?
No, just whatever anyone can donate, is for a good cause. I appreciate it. And I know every other homelessness person that's experiencing this, and this epidemic is appreciated too, as well. So thank you once again, and thank you for inviting me. It means the world to me. So thank you. Love you, Diana.
Love you too, sweetie. Thank
And
you.
let me tell you, when it comes to this breakfast, there's actually watch parties planned. I
Yeah.
hear you've got
Yes.
colleges, you've got universities, you've got public schools, you've got private schools. You come on, everyone should log on. There's no
Amen.
excuse not to.
Right. And there will be, and if you can't get in, there's some people that gotta work in the morning. We will be able to go on to YouTube or onto our website eventually and watch the program. So before the holidays hit, take this 45 minutes and I promise you'll be inspired and you'll cry a little and you'll be reminded of how grateful our lives are and how blessed we all are, but how we're also called to serve those that are not as fortunate.
That's it. We're talking about the 4th annual Ending Homelessness Breakfast, sponsored by the Lord's Place. All right. Thank you all very much. I'll see you
Thank
all
you.
on Thursday.
Great. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. God bless. Thanks so much.